Good evening and welcome back to Merthyr Tydfil. I'm just going to set the scene for the people who are just joining us about exactly why we're here. We are obviously witnessing a political revolution of sorts in Britain. This has been a Labour stronghold for 100 years. The man who founded the Labour Party, Keir Hardie, was actually the MP here as well. Our current Prime Minister is named after him, for whatever that is worth. So we've got all of that going on here. But there is an 82% chance that Reform are going to take this seat. And it's seats like this that could swing the next election. I've come here to find out what's going on. They've lost a lot of industry. There was the Hoover factory, that closed, 5,000 jobs when all the pits have closed. But there's also a sense of broken promises. And I'm joined here by Dart Supremo himself, Ceri Stent. Ceri, how are you? You okay?
Yeah, not bad, yeah.
Look, thank you very much. Now, you obviously play for this darts club. You also play in the Merthyr Super League, don't you?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the way that the country's going at the moment? Why has this die-hard Labour area decided to turn against Labour?
The problem I got with Labour, I think, not just Labour, but before as well, I think they're a bunch of cowards, in my opinion, yeah. If you go back to as far as the Thatcher years, yeah, I don't think she'd put up with this now. What we want is for them to man up, so to speak, you know what I mean? You've got all this, I can't swear, but all this thing going on in the country at the moment, immigration, this and the other.
Is immigration a big issue for you?
Oh, massive. It's not just for me, you know, I'll be pushing daisies in 20 years' time, but it's for my grandkids. And the amount of what's happening at the moment, I think, you know, I want to look after my grandkids.
And just quickly on this, you actually were telling me you're in the military reserves, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you are still very proud of this country. You'd be wanting to fight for this country, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can go around any one of my reservist friends anywhere, yeah, and we say, do you want to go and defend this country? And we say, yeah, 100%. But it's just like this government, like I said, this government and before, is make us in a bunch of cowards, whereas before, like, you go back to World War II, to Normandy and stuff like that, and
there's been a change. There's been a change. Well, I tell you what, we're hearing a lot of this from a lot of people. I'm going to go to a clip soon, but quickly, I want you to show us how good you are at darts, and then whilst I play this package, I'm going to practice, and then hopefully I'm going to beat you. Go on.
Yeah,
See what score you get. Here we go. And now he did tell me as well that, by the way, his kids are watching, right? So no pressure. No pressure, Ceri. Go on. Let's do it.
This is all for cup really, isn't it?
Let's do it. Go on. Oh, it's not a bad start. Go on, he's going to hit the treble here. All right, OK, what are we on here? 60. Oh, I think I've got a chance of beating this. Now, let me play you this package here of an individual who's a small business owner. He's talking about the political situation as well. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to beat this guy at darts.
Hello, I'm Bev Turner. Now, it can feel like the money in our bank accounts at the moment does not keep up with the cost of living. And maybe there's a solution. I'm here today with the CEO of TallyMoney, Cameron Parry. Cameron, what is TallyMoney?
Well, Bev, with TallyMoney, you get a current account and a debit card, but instead of pounds, you use milligrams of gold as your everyday money.
So why gold?
Gold traditionally is a great store of value. It has, on average, gone up at over 11% per annum for the last 25 years against the pound. It's tripled in value in the last decade, and in the last 2 years alone, it's increased by 50% against the pound. Banks' savings products just can't compete with that level of growth.
But this isn't just about gold. This is about a currency that you guys have created at TallyMoney. Explain it to me as though I'm an idiot.
So, look, people need to be able to hold their earnings and build their savings in a money that retains its value and remains in their legal control and remains theirs to access, away from government control.
Great. You had me at not exposed to government control.
You should feel safe and happy with your money. You should have peace of mind. The more money you see in your bank balance, and that's the type of thing we're trying to deliver, and give people choice in the type of money they get to use every day.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Cameron. Thank you.
me because this is all about meeting real people, isn't it? And we're going to go and meet a former small business owner who's called Les. He's retired a little while ago, owned a fish and chip shop, as well as a couple of ice cream vans in the local area. I want to find out from Les about what the mood is really like on the ground here. Why is this Labour stronghold potentially going to go reformed? Les, how are you?
Okay.
Can I come in?
Yes, certainly.
Good. All right, brilliant. Well, look, follow us in. Thank you very much. Can we just come through and have a quick chat with you in your living room? Fantastic place you've got here, by the way. Thank you very much. Cheers for having us round. I believe that you've locked the dog up on our behalf, yes. so there we go. Well, look, thanks for having us round, Les. Look, our viewers and listeners want to know from you. This is a Labour stronghold. I mean, the founder of the Labour Party was in charge of this seat for a while. Why do you think it's changing, this political revolution?
Well, I think the new Labour government, I think they've dug an hole for themselves. Basically, the first policy they brought out was getting rid of the winter fuel allowance. That affected, I would say, 60 to 80% of Labour voters, because I believe Labour voters are 60 plus.
Okay.
So I think they've taken a lot of their support, wiped that out straight away, you know.
Okay.
And with the rise of the new party you got now, I think they're going to split the voting wheels.
Right.
You know.
Okay. And you're a business owner, so you've employed people. You know what that's like. You know all the stresses that can bring. How do you feel it would be like, under this Labour government? We're a week on from the budget, aren't we? If you were to look to set up a business here now, start again, as it were, do you feel like they're working for you as you would be a working person?
Well, if I was to start a business now, I think there'd be there's no confidence left in the towns. Not only in Merthyr, throughout the valleys. They're so deprived now, and they've just been left. In this area, as you say, it's been a Labour stronghold, and I think they've let the people down. I think they've left the people down badly.
And is that to do with the fact that the traditional industries here have gone? I mean, the pit closures. There was also a big factory here, I think, wasn't there? They employed a lot of people, and that's gone as well, I think.
Yeah, Hoovers was here. All the big industrial units that were here have gone. But through past experience, you tend not to have the full support of your local councils. When you apply for things, they make it the red tape involved in just applying for a simple thing like opening a cafe or a factory, or you're trying to get a ski slope resort in the Merthyr. And I know the gentleman that's involved in that, and the amount of work involved going through the local councils, the Welsh office, and it seems as if they're putting up barriers against new investment all the time in the valleys.
Yeah, is Keir Starmer popular here as a man, do you think?
Well, I don't think so, but that's only my opinion. I've got no looks on him as a leader of the Labour Party. I think I think university boys, Eton boys in the Labour Party, it just doesn't work. I don't think they realise how ordinary people live.
Right.
I don't think they realise what the ordinary working man has to go through just to survive these days. And no, I got no looks in, to be honest with you.
So we're going to, over the course of the day, we're going to be speaking to Labour voters, people who voted Labour all their lives as well, and no doubt we'll talk to some people, of course, who will make the case as to why areas like this need to stay Labour. But I imagine there's a lot of quite heated debates that go on in a place like this. So what are some of the main issues for people in Merthyr right now? What are some of the main issues?
Well, the biggest issue is unemployment, I should imagine. The housing situation. Also the influx now of the illegal immigrants. They move into the hotels and various places in Merthyr. The explosion of Turkish barbers, vape shops. There's nothing left in the high streets for people. There's nothing to entice people into the town centre of Merthyr anymore.
So you've seen this area change?
Yes, definitely. Over the last 20 years, yeah. The decline, the decline hasn't happened since Labour have come into government. The decline has been there for the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And obviously with the Tory government, they didn't give two hoots about Wales anyway. So, but I thought this Labour government would have put more into our area because the Senate is Labour controlled anyway. So I thought we've had a boost when they came in the National Party, but it doesn't seem to be happening.
What could this Labour government do, in your mind now, to win someone like you back, to reverse what is the trend at the minute, which would suggest that Reform are going to win this? What would Labour have to do?
Well, I think they need to reconsider the working man. They need to consider the people that are struggling with mortgages, the people that are struggling to feed their children. In this day and age, it's an absolute disgrace, the situation our country have got into. An absolute disgrace.
Okay, so maybe go back to some of their roots a little bit, I suppose would be the answer there, possibly.
Well, I think they've lost their roots.
Right.
I think they've lost their roots. Whether would they ever go back to the days of the old Labour system, I doubt it. I know time moves on, I understand.
Okay.
But it's just, they just don't, well, the impression they give, they don't care. That's the impression, when they're interviewed on the television, and it's not only Labour, they're all the same. They cannot answer a question simply.
Well, I'm very glad that you have been able to answer a lot of my questions. That's fantastic. Thank you for having us round. I really appreciate it.
Very interesting stuff, isn't it?